Well, good afternoon. Um, I'd just like to. Today is the seventh Sunday of Ordinary Time. It's the last Sunday for in Ordinary Time for a little while, as on Wednesday we begin Lent. So I'd like to. I'm going to read you the Gospel for today, and then just say a few brief words about it afterwards. But I'd like to begin by starting with one of my favourite pieces of music, "Be Not Afraid" by John Michael Talbot.
You shall cross the barren desert, but you shall not die of thirst.
I'm sorely
You
tempted
shall
to join in, of course.
wander far in safety, though you do not know the way. You shall speak your words.
So, a reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "You have learned how it was said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I say this to you, offer the wicked man no resistance. On the contrary, if anyone hits you on the right cheek, offer him the other as well. If a man takes you to law and would have your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone orders you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles with him. Give to anyone who asks. And if anyone wants to borrow, do not turn him away. You have learned how it was said, you must love your neighbour and hate your enemy. But I say this to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. In this way, you will be sons of your Father in heaven. For he causes his sun to rise on bad men as well as good, and his rain to fall on honest and dishonest men alike. For if you love those who love you, what right have you to claim any credit? Even tax collectors do as much, do they not? And if you save your greetings for your brothers, are you doing anything exceptional? Even the pagans do as much, do they not? You must therefore be perfect, just as your heavenly Father is perfect. The Gospel of the Lord.
Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will.
John Michael Talbot there is singing about I go before you always. Of course, that is the notion of Jesus walking with us at all times in our lives. So what does this gospel mean? Of all the things that Jesus does in the Gospels, he often sets the bar very high. But he doesn't set the bar as high as he does with today's Gospel. That last line of all the things Jesus ever says is the one that really scares me a bit. He says, "You must therefore be perfect, just as your heavenly Father is perfect." He doesn't say, "You must try to be perfect." He said, "You must be perfect." One of the things that I dislike intently, I've been a school governor now for 28 years, and we talk about a child's potential, and it's one of my real pet hates, that word. I dislike it intently. Because the minute you set a goal or a task as a child's potential, if and when they reach that goal, then have they got anywhere else to go? There is only one use really, or one idea of the use of the word potential. And that's what Jesus uses in the gospel today. Our potential as human beings made in the image and likeness of God, is to be perfect, just as our Heavenly Father is perfect. Tricky, yeah. So what about all these other things that he talks about in the gospel? Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But I say this, offer the wicked man no resistance. If someone hits you on the right cheek, offer him the other as well. Well, I think what Jesus is trying to show us is that our, if you like, our nature, if someone hits us, is to become riled and to be aggressive back to that person. Jesus wants us to conquer those natural, automatic instincts that we've grown to be used to. Jesus says, if someone hits you on the right cheek, offer him the other one. Well, if you're able to do that, then all of a sudden the aggressor will take a back step and think, what's going on? And I think, really, this kind of teaching from Jesus is showing us how to calm a difficult position, how to take something that's maybe aggressive and turn it into something that's peaceful and gentle. And that's really what Jesus wants us to be, calm and gentle. He says things to us which trip off the tongue very easily. Love God, love your neighbour as yourself. Easy to remember, trips beautifully off the tongue, but so difficult to try and do. Today, Jesus talks about we human beings and our true potential. You must be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. The bar is set high. All we need to do is to work at it. God bless you all on this 7th Sunday of the ordinary time of the church's year. Blessings for Lent and for Easter as they begin next week. Take care for now.